Yo, it's good. So now y'all see. But I was a hater. I dropped a vid a year ago when I first got up on this YouTube thing and exposing the flaw in this dude 1290. And I was called a hater. And that's how I be. When you point out the flaw or criticize somebody that has more money than you, more status than you, in our community, you automatically get deemed a hater. But I knew this day would come. I knew at some point, because like I've been saying since I first started this channel, the fake will be exposed. You just give them time, and they will do something. This dude is a goofy, and I knew he was a goofy. How the hell would y'all stamp somebody who snitched and made a career of exposing snitches? How a snitch exposing snitches, man? Now, this is not, you know, one of them, no disrespect, but this is not one of them low level dudes that you've been, this is different. And I'm not saying, look, Larry Hoover got enough issues going on. I'm pretty sure Larry Hoover could care less about, 1290 at this point. But he don't need to, man. There's plenty of members out here willing to crash out on that. Call it what you want to call it. So you done fucked up this time. I don't believe this dude. Now, I called this dude Billy Bob back then. I saw through the whole facade, man, that he was a wannabe. Now, the Goofy got locked up for stealing some pipes from his own family members, right? As a juvie. What type of niggas you got not stealing? He wasn't banging, he wasn't trapping, all these lies he be perpetuating to, try to reinforce this image, of this hardened gangster. I saw through the shit. And I know your background. You got locked up from stealing from your own people, right? When he got caught, he went to juvie, got beat on in there, snitched on some dudes in there for beating on him, You tried to, now y'all made excuses for that. And it's like, okay, whatever. Like I said, when people latch on to their celebrities or their idols or whatever, his content was just hitting like that, y'all didn't care. So it was like, but it's a lot of people out here that do care because y'all always allow, then y'all turn around and complain. The same niggas that will allow these vultures into the culture, whether it's street culture, gang culture, whatever. They use the shit and move on. This dude is a whole fucking cowboy now. From what last I heard, the dude is on some cowboy shit now. Now, when I was calling him Billy Bob a year ago, y'all called me a hater, So y'all can kiss my ass. This is different, man. This is different. So I don't know if you could be seen, like, if you get caught up in anything legal, heaven forbid, this dude, you better not get in nothing. You better not even get pulled over, man. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't take no chances if I was you. Because if you get caught up in some shit and you get locked up and you got to be around some members, it's going to be bad for you, man. That might be your end. You know what I'm saying? So you can't move around out here no more. Matter of fact, from what I understand, your so-called set that disowns you, if you ever really was a blood. Because like I said then, I don't think this dude a member. I think he was getting extorted, but, I was just hating. But this is different, man. This is not some rinky-dink gang member. This is Larry Hoover, dog. So I'm saying, like, I don't think you grasped, and a lot of civilians and a lot of people who have no understanding of, gang culture, dude, y'all don't grasp the levity of this. And I'm not making it more than what it is. Y'all just don't grasp the levity of this. And it's hard for me to fathom that at this point in your life, you didn't grasp the levity of this. And what caused you to crash out like this? Because this was a crash out, man. You can't be hurting for money like that, you know. So, this was not smart, but based on your history, it's not surprising. You know, this dude is a whole goofy. You know, you could stumble on good fortune, man. Even a goofy can stumble on good fortune. Success, it's hard to maintain success. As hard as it is to get it, it's harder to maintain it. You know, so a goofy gonna be their own undoing at some point, and like I've been saying, the fate will be exposed. Cause you're not gonna get up on this YouTube platform. I don't care how small or big you are, and lie, and think at some point it's not gonna come back on you. You know what I'm saying? Or jump out the tree. And in this case, I don't understand how you didn't grasp the levity of this situation, though, bro. Like, you know, I guess he just feel like, you know, he's at a point in his life where he untouchable. Maybe this is his way of getting back at the set that disown him. You know, maybe he just like fuck all gang culture now. Because I don't understand what your rationale was, and even if you even thought you had, you know. But that shows you that dude, dude is just a snake, you know, and looking, you know, to capitalize. Like I said, it is what it is, man. You know, I'm not up here to, you know, carry no torch for Larry Hoover. I'm just calling it like it is. And, you know, like I said, man, this is not that. This is something completely different. So now you've put yourself in a situation where you have to move very carefully. And that goes without saying. If you get jammed up, you better be in Cali, man. You know, I know the GD's meeting down there is different. Anywhere outside of Cali, man, it's not going to be good for you. So keep doing your cowboy thing. Stay way, way out the way. You know, but like I said, not to, you know, implicate Larry Hoover. Like I said, I'm sure Larry Hoover got a lot more important things to worry about. He's not even free, you know. But he doesn't need to be. He don't need to. Like I said, he don't need to have nothing to do with this. You know, you've already set certain things in motion, and I'm gonna just say less, man. You know, it is what it is. But you know, a fool is gonna be their own doing at the end of the day. I don't care how much money you have, how much status you obtain. A goofy is going to do goofy shit and be their own undoing at some point, you know. And I think you may have reached that, you know, you may have reached that point. But it is what it is, man. 216 Skano, you already know.